thank you very much, in fact, for inviting idiots out here in Kerala and making us to bring an eINDIA event to this state.
I would also like to thank idiots for having conducted the event in Kerala. Thankful for that.
Thank you very much. Sir, in fact, I see a simple word, a very important word, which is what is mission. Okay, along with Kerala State IT Mission. So, would like to understand what is this IT mission, and why Kerala State IT Mission, and how Kerala, your department is actually bringing in the different ICT technologies in place, and what are the best practices that are being adopted as far as ICT in your state is concerned. You can just give a brief idea about it, and really help us.
Kerala State IT Mission was started in the year 2000-2001. The reason why it is a mission is the government did not intend this particular department to work in like general any government department. So the word mission was added, and at the same time, the Kerala State IT Mission has been given a lot of flexibility in terms of taking good talent in ICT technologies from the market, having dynamic teams, having flexibility in budgets, and at the same time being accountable for whatever they are being paid for. So Kerala State IT Mission was formed with as a single government agency for implementing the e-governance projects in the state of Kerala.
Okay.
So with that regard, we are responsible for maintaining the hardware infrastructure of the state, like state data centers, state vans, and the core projects of our state, like Akshaya, which is a common service centers, the e-district projects, SSTG, e-procurements, and so on and so forth. So these are the reasons why it started as a mission. Now, the major projects, if I have to say, which have been role models across India, is one is a common service center, CSC project, which is called Akshaya in our state. We have close to 2,350 Akshaya centers here. So these are the agents of digital revolution, what we are trying to break on. So in every panchayat, we today have at least 2 Akshaya centers. In municipality, it is between 6 to 8, and in corporation, it is 10 or more. So in a small state like Kerala, the density of Akshaya centers is huge. And these are the ways in which right now close to 50 government services reach the common man. So these are the last mile connectivity between the government services and the common man. So this is one of our top projects. And in e-governance areas related to transparency, we have projects like e-procurement, where last financial year we have raised tenders for more than 10,000 crore. For a state like Kerala, it is huge. Transparency related another project is e-office. We are the second state in India to have adopted this e-office. In Secretariat, we have 50% digitalized with e-office. We are planning to roll it out to the directorates and the districts also next year. So these are all various workflows which are there on transparency efforts. And from implementation angle, we have succeeded to a large extent in projects like e-district, SSTG, and projects which are about service plus implementations. So these are the broad projects.
So, I was talking, sir, with respect to the NEGP and the mission mode projects that are going on. And, I would like to understand, what is the stage of NEGP, guidelines as well, with respect to the different LME projects that are going on in the state. Please, give us just kindly throw a light on that.
As far as the mission mode projects of Government of India are concerned, we are doing well on a lot of projects. But we are just average in a few projects also, where we are learning, we are learning from the best performing states. Like the projects where we have done well, it's like Common Service Center, CSC, Akshaya projects, where we are among the leaders in the country. In procurement, we have floated contracts worth 10,000 crore last year. For a state like Kerala, it is huge, and the cutoff limit is 25 lakhs. So here also we are a top performer. E-district project, we are performing very well. In last financial year, close to 1 crore applications have been processed, and these are 60 lakh unique applications. So our population is 3.33 crore. So this is 18% of our population which has touched this particular service, which again is unique. In other departments like Water Authority and State Electricity Board, also numerous innovative projects have come up. This is one. On capacity building side, now we talk about the virtual gathering. And 4 years back, I'm happy to say that we had started this postgraduate diploma in e-governance as a pilot project, where every year 20 people get this 1-year diploma course, full-fledged course, and these people are placed in the e-governance project in their own department. So these are the projects where we are doing well. And there are some projects where we have not, I would not term as excellent, but we are doing above average, and we are trying to learn from other better performing states. Like state data center enablement on cloud technology. We have got the financial approvals and we are going to implement them. Where we are trying to learn from experiences of the state like Maharashtra, which has done well. In our SSDG state service delivery gateway, we are trying to learn from a successful state like Andhra Pradesh. So there are pockets where we are trying to excel also. And our current position is that we are learning and trying to meet the last mile connectivity.
Okay, so your last mile connectivity is a very important area that you actually touched on, and the success of definitely the CS is depends absolutely on the last mile connectivity in the different areas. So now, sir, Kerala we see as a difficult kind of a terrain altogether when you talk about geographical part. So how actually you have taken the last mile connectivity to the different panchayats in totality?
I would like to answer this in three parts. One is the last mile connectivity. The telecom density is huge in Kerala. We have, except two the tribal panchayats, we have telecom reachability in all other villages. That is one. So we have a head start in that. And second thing, as far as the last mile connectivity is concerned, what we are trying to do as a part of Digital India also, what Government of India is looking at, we are trying to integrate various networks. We have the state-wide area network, KSITM, which is there, and other national networks like NKN, National Knowledge Network, which is there, the NOF, National Optic Fiber Network is there. So right now our concentration is to integrate all these networks so that at an efficient rate, the services reach the last mile. Like for example, I'm happy to say that we are the first state which has integrated state WAN with national knowledge network. Out of 14 districts, 5 districts we have already integrated. We have started the integration of NOF, National Optic Fiber Network, in Gram Panchayats and blocks to the state WAN. That also we have piloted last month. So what we are trying to do right now for this last mile connectivity is try to integrate the existing networks, at the same time also build on them.
Okay.
So this is what
yeah, so for any e-governance project to be very successful, for any of the areas, the transformation of the traditional way of doing the work to the new way of doing the work is itself an exercise. So how this transformation effectively has been done in your state? When I talk about with respect to your own organizations, your different people working in the state governments, so how you actually, it's a very, very big challenge in different states, so the transformation of the style of functioning of the people. So how Kerala as a state, and your department as a state has overcome this big challenge?
There are two areas when we go for a GPR, Government Process Reengineering. There are two challenges which are there. One is on the human resource side, like training, the challenges in terms of the training which goes along. The second challenge is in terms of the network connectivity and technology. On the first side, what we have done is we have successfully launched in district levels many certification and training programs for the field employees, so that they are actually conversant in basic computers, how do they handle the files, things like that. And I would like to say, since we have a very high literacy rate, it has been easier for us to do that. So most of the concerns of the employee sides, most of them have been taken into account. That is on the first side, human resource side. On technology side also, 3% of the state budget in each department, government has made a provision that it should be invested in the IT enablement activities in the respective department. So this was done close to 11-12 years back, and this was actually an enabler for growth. So many proactive departments, what they did is 3% of their budget they used to earmark for IT related expenditure. So for a department like health, they are a huge upstart. They had a huge head start there. And for a department like education, which is a role model for the rest of the country, we have IT at school which came up. Department for LSTD, we again have a highly decentralized model. For local self-government departments, we have IKM Institute, Information Kerala Mission, which develops this application. So we have right now 100% recording of deaths and births. We have all this house building taxes, property taxes, registration and all online enabled. So what I like to say is that was a big enabler at that time. So departments over a period of time have not limited to 3%, but have gone ahead and invested much more than that.
That's excellent. So now so what I understand is that a lot of money is, in fact, the state government is actually investing into the IT projects and all, and especially into the area of implementation of the better e-governance practices out here. Now I like to come to a slightly tricky kind of a question. Every e-governance, because lots of money goes on, lots of investment goes on into different e-governance projects. But what we have seen is that now whenever the project starts, it starts with a particular set of objectives that needs to be achieved. Okay. Then over a period of time, say 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, till the time the entire project is implemented, the objective somewhere gets lost. Okay. So how actually you will take care of those kind of is there any kind of impact analysis or something like that being done?
Yeah.
In your area?
Interesting question actually. Basically, you are asking how do people perceive this particular project over a period of time?
Absolutely.
At Kerala State IT Mission, we have two type of feedbacks that we take. I personally monitor particular direct feedback from the customers. So we have 14 districts. And for e-district, for example, every day the concerned feedback cell, they call two end customers, two end citizens who have availed a specific service from each district. So 28 calls are made, and over 10 parameters like how was it very overcharged, was it within time, what is the perception of the service, how do you overall, what is the overall, some are perceptive questions, some are factual questions. So we take this feedback and every day we talk to 28 citizens directly. This is the first type of direct feedback that we take. And by and large citizens are happy. But at the same time, a lot of issues we had found, like the perception of the citizen that sometimes citizen overcharging service, sometimes the mobile network is not there, so they don't get this SMS, so there is a gap which is there. Sometimes at Akshaya centers there is a lot of connectivity issues, internet connectivity issues. So these are the problems what we try to be able to identify from the citizen's point of view. This is the first thing. And second thing is about feedback from independent consultants. Many projects we have independent third-party auditors, so wherein their role is not only to take the infrastructure feedback, but actually study the service from an independent view and keep on recommending the GPI, government process engineering on this. So we suggest, like for example, the validity of service. Let us say when an income certificate is given, why should we give it for a purpose? It should be there for a period. So we already initiated a lot of these things. So GPR is done by SCMT consultants also. So we do both sides. That is the direct feedback collection from citizens, and second thing, from independent consultants, study the process and then keep on giving us feedback over a period of time at regular intervals.
That's excellent, sir. In fact, it's very much important to have a feedback on the ongoing progress of the project. So now, there's lots of buzzword around digital India as a whole. And, there are lots of things going on, lots of talks around, during recent times regarding digital India. How you see as your state, and, what are your views with respect to this digital India life?
We have started on this digital mission from the year 2012 itself, where our IT policy derives. A lot of these pillars from digital India we are working on, and after digital India has been announced by the government of India, we have taken renewed attention to reinforce our focus on that. Like Akshaya is one about which I talked at length. The second thing is about the network connectivity, integration of existing networks of the state data center, state brands, NKN, NOFN, and government user networks and networks. Where I said we have already been the pioneering in integrating two of these national networks in the state plan. This is one initiative what we have already taken. And things like this virtual IT cadre, where states like Maharashtra and the MP have initiated, that we have learned from them, and I'm happy to say that IT mission has adopted, and we have also accepted it, and next month we'll be implementing it. This is another thing. And about enablement of the training, the capabilities of the staff. Ultimately, we can create all, but your staff should be able to deliver this service or the department.
Absolutely.
So we had started this training program for postgraduate diploma in e-governance. But obviously, yeah, it is not enough. It's not sufficient that 20 people are trained. So at each district level, we have started setting up the IT training center. 4 districts at least they have been set up, where we design a basic IT training program, and then it is deliverable. These are the areas where we have started working on. Data center, it's almost national standards, and now we are working on cloud enablement. So we are very much excited about Digital India, and yes, it's high time that we start giving this service at a better efficiency. There is success is just a journey, as we say. So we have to keep on doing well in our excellent areas and learn from others where we have to excel.
So important aspect is again the security. When you talk about security, the cyber security itself has become a very, very important part. And it is going to be a next big thing that is going to come out at any point of time. And the government has to be ready, for the cyber security part of it, especially from the hackers across the world. So how as a state, in fact, what are the different measures that are being taken as well as taking the security into consideration?
In Kerala in the year 2008, we designed CERT-K model. CERT stands for Computer Emergency Response Team, Government of India, CERT-IN as it is called. Here we adopted the same policy and formed CERT-K, Computer Emergency Response Team, Kerala. So we have 6 specialist people who not only audit the software, but audit the existing software periodically and take the incident handling report, vulnerability testing, all this are done. So all these 6 people we have trained in the last 1 year, and all our 6 people are certified ethical hackers, for example, and they are an expert team. So we have an in-house expert team which helps us to deal with the first level basic issues like this Joomla, website technologies, all these basic things like security mechanisms have to be done. These things they take care of. That is one. Second thing, not only that, but we actually help other departments in getting them trained. So we give them training in terms of the security related aspects. So these people also act as master trainers. Like in local self-government department, we train 40 people so that they in turn can train other people across the state. That is one. And with this actually also has to start from the new generation. So we are training a lot of colleges which want to learn on this. So first and second year students, we try to teach them, and these people try to teach the local residential associations. So in a sense, what we are trying to say is that we have an expert team. These will be our master trainers and will train various other trainers. And apart from this, they also do the basic auditing and then incident and vulnerability handling mechanisms. So to some extent we have done, but we are also willing to partnership with other companies, leading corporates in India, and learn from them. And many of them have expressed their willingness to help the government in enabling ourselves to deal with the security threats better.
So now we are in eINDIA. This is the 10th edition of our event, and we had been continually doing this over a period of time. So what are your views with respect to this event that we have done over here?
The particular event has been very learning experience for us. I would like to thank the organizers for having chosen Kerala for conducting this event. Kerala has given a lot of thrust for e-governance, but I think this is the first time the event is being conducted in Kerala. And as a networking mechanism, it gives us tremendous opportunities to learn from good projects across the country. But ultimately, we have to work as a country, as a unit, right? We cannot look as ourselves as states. So we are trying to learn the best performing practices, small tricks what other departments in states did to successfully implement these things. It has been a very good experience for me here, and I am looking forward for implementing few of our learnings. My team was here, the managers were here for 2 days, and we have picked up, I was just discussing with them sometime back, they have listed few things and few contact points on how we can take them forward. So I am really looking forward for implementing few of them in coming months. Thank you.
So thank you very much. We would like to give some any suggestions, that we can take care of our future, near future endeavors and all that. We'd like to have your suggestions from your channel.
Yeah, probably I think some sort of implementation mechanisms also, like the best practices, documentation. If the thing we can share it with people who could not come for various other pressing engagements. If we can share it and make a common repository, I think definitely it will be a value add. Like if someone from the neighboring state could not come here for various reasons, so if we can share it and then we can build on that sort of networking, I think that would be great step forward.
Thank you very much. We will take this as our feedback, and we will try and see that it gets built up in our next endeavors. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you again for giving us an opportunity to come over here.
Thanks.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, sure.